when he says we make ladies go out of their way to meet new people, new men, let's put it straight. Okay, sometimes we have them, some of them protest. We're like, oh, why? That's like me fronting myself. Hi there.
Hello.
I'm Chidi Akunna.
And I'm Victor Akunna.
Thank you for joining us on this. And we will not forget to say thank you to everyone who subscribed to our YouTube channel, Foundation for Family Affairs. And for everyone who keeps checking in again from time to time. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so today we'll be picking it from where we left off in the last video, which is how to attract and keep the right partner.
Absolutely.
Even if you have been single for a long time. In the last video we shared about 3 tips which would be of help to you. So if you haven't seen that video, get on our YouTube channel, Foundation for Family Affairs, and watch that video. What we'll have to share today are 5 tips which are very different but which will revolutionize your life. So you would want to watch till the end. Okay, and the first one is rebrand yourself.
Absolutely.
You know, when I was going through the word rebrand, I stumbled on this article, and the writer said to rebrand means to bring to fore what's in your best position. So that thing which is like your best alliance, your best pull out, to bring it to fore. You know, sometimes we have these lovely things about us and no one sees them.
Absolutely.
You're a wonderful person, you're beautiful, but you're just like someone who is hidden. So when we talk about rebrand, you need to look at yourself. Mr. Rebrand will be talking soon. And he's not going to be easy on you. But let me just set the ball rolling. So you need to look at yourself.
Absolutely.
What aspect of me can I bring to the fore? What beauty do I have that is lying dormant there that I can bring to the fore? Probably when I just push it a bit, I might be seen.
Absolutely. And there are different ways, just to make it even more practical, there are different ways we can rebrand ourselves. Sometimes there's one particular single lady we worked with, and by the time we checked her social media profile, we found out that she was posting all kind of things that were sending the wrong signal. But if you get to meet this person one-to-one, she's a fantastic, loving lady. But it never all these qualities were never seen. People see you before they date you. People see you before they date you. So once people make a judgment about you, a brand, how they perceive you, they may sometimes wrong with that perception. And sometimes those perceptions are not correct.
That's true.
What do you have on your social media? Are you posting about, men are dogs, all those kind of posts? This particular single lady had, had
pictures of children.
Yeah, a lot of children. And so I thought she was already married. Some people may see that and they may not think that she's married. They may think that, maybe she has a son. Now, not that is wrong, but for someone who will not appreciate that may be a turn off. So how are you positioning yourself on your WhatsApp status? How are you positioning yourself on Facebook? How are you positioning yourself on your LinkedIn profile? How are you positioning yourself? People go to search you out before they ask you out. And that's one thing that we must always have in our mind. Put your best foot forward.
Yeah, no, I kind of like what you said. When you said that's if it is what you want highlighted.
Absolutely.
Okay, because there are single people who have children.
Yes.
Okay, and they would want to be honest and let whoever is coming into their lives know that I have a child and you need to be ready to, put up with my child.
In that case, that's a good thing.
Yes.
But if that's not your situation, make sure you project, like she mentioned, put the best quality out there.
Yes.
Let people get to see the good qualities. Nobody wants to buy a product and then the product is not well packaged. People look for, in fact, there's a saying that packaging enhances value.
That's right.
People want to pay premium for something that looks beautiful. Why do you think perfumes are packaged in very expensive, cartons and with all this lovely? Why? It's enhancing your perceived value of it. So brand yourself well. If people have not been taking you seriously, you just make all kind of jokes and you post it on social media. Social media is like real life now. We've gone digital. So don't say, whoever wants to know me, they have to come close. Most people will not even bother coming close because they have already made all their decision ahead of time.
And I'll just add that do not forget to look good. Yeah?
Absolutely.
So in rebranding yourself, you might need to up your taste. okay, your fashion dress sense, you know, and we have a lot of coaches who help with these things.
Absolutely.
You can get on their sites on social media and see one or two tips you can pick. It might just be how you make your hair, just your general presentation,
makeup,
you know, work on yourself.
How do you look? How do you smell?
You will get noticed.
Good. The next point we'd like to look at is reposition yourself.
I like this one.
Reposition yourself. You know, do you want to go for that?
Oh yeah, sure. Sometimes, okay, especially because I had an experience with someone and she lived like a triangular life.
Yeah.
It was more like from home to work and then church and back home. So at some point she was saying to me, I think someone asked her out and for a date, asked her out on a date, and she was freaking out and she called me and was like, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. I've pushed him away. And at some point I just asked her, what's the problem? Men don't bite. He's not a monster.
Absolutely.
What's wrong with going on a date? Change your routine a bit. You just go from work from home to work. Thank goodness he's even, you know, through all of this reached you.
Yeah, you're really lucky, lady.
What's the problem with going on a date? So date is simply an appointment. Okay, you go out, have a talk, have a chat. If you're not fine with it, no one forces you to.
Absolutely.
You know, go on if you don't want to. You know, so reposition yourself. You might also want to look at, okay, for those of us who go to church, are there young men in your church? For the ladies, for the guys, are there young ladies in your church? And that's why sometimes you see some men complaining, I need this woman to help me look for somebody I can marry. You know, and then they bring people to you, they suggest people to you, and you don't like the choices they have made because you're not seeing these people for yourself. So maybe you need to get to a place where it might not be leaving your church, so it's not like I'm asking you to leave where you worship, but get into places where there are single people and see what you can do.
Absolutely. One of my mentors said something. He said, if you want to catch a whale and you are going behind your house, all right, what you are going to catch is not going to be a whale. You're going to catch a big frog. In other words, go where what you're looking for is.
That's right.
One of the things we do in our coaching program is that we have a target that we push ladies out or guys out to meet specific number of people. Because if you don't break out your routine, you get the same results. And someone says, if you do what you've always done, you always get what you've always gotten. All right? Break out.
You know, when you talked about this, I'll just throw something out there for the benefits of someone listening, watching. When he says we make ladies go out of their way to meet new people, new men, let's put it straight. Okay, sometimes we have them, some of them protest. We're like, oh, why? That's like me fronting myself. And then I often ask a question. If you were working in a bank, okay, where you were given a target of, okay, by the end of this month, you need to get this amount in.
What are you going to do?
Because you need to be paid at the end of the month. You push yourself, you get out there.
Absolutely.
So why is it that for something that has to do with your life, we're not saying go through yourself and these people.
No.
It's just repositioning yourself. Just get there, get friendly, establish a relationship, get talking.
Absolutely.
But then if it doesn't work,
people will only date those they already know. If they've not seen you, they've not heard about you, how are they going to see you? How are they going to date you? They have to see
you somewhere, even those who go on dating sites.
They have to see you somewhere. So reposition yourself, be deliberate about these things, and you will see results. One of the things that's why we like to always, talk about our intimacy builder program for singles. We have an 8-week program that we do with singles, and by the time you are done, you'll be a completely different person. You may be having a challenge attracting or keeping. By the time you are done, you have more than enough choice, and the issue you're going to be asking is, what am I going to do with all these people?
Yes.
That's what we do.
Yes.
All right, so the next point is refuel for your dreams. Refuel for your dreams. Sometimes single come to us and say, I have things I want to do, but they are holding back. They say, okay, maybe when I get married, maybe when I get married, maybe when I get married. And there is something we always say, keep being
productive.
Keep being productive. Don't wait. Don't suspend your life. Don't put your life on hold. You don't know when you're going to get married. We hope it will be soon. But don't. If you want to do your masters, go and do your masters. If you want to start a business, go and start a business. Whatever you have to do, don't put your life on hold.
Some ladies have that concern that, if I do certain things, I might be perceived as being wild, and I don't want to chase away good men. But by all means, please, go on. Run with your dreams. Don't wait.
So, key thing is run with your dreams. And one thing about dreams is that guys of today want ladies that have their own initiative.
That's true.
That take dream, that have their own dreams, that have a life outside them. Because if you have, most guys know now, if you marry a lady that does not have a life, she's going to make you her life. And at the end of the day, she will expect you to be the source of her happiness, the source of her joy, the source of. It's going to be very frustrating because no human being can meet the need of any human being. It's only God that can meet our needs. So it's good for you to have a life, have your own independence, have your own thinking, have your own dreams. And when you guys get married, you can now infuse it together and move on and take it to the next level.
Yes.
That is very important.
Okay, and the next one is reevaluate your mindset on marriage. What are your dominant thoughts about marriage? Is it that marriage is a trap? Everyone who is married and putting out lovely pictures out there is pretending. Men are dogs. How do they say it? Women are necessary evils.
Gold diggers.
Necessary evil. Yeah, gold diggers. So you need to reevaluate these thoughts. What are your dominant thoughts? And sometimes they come through when you speak. In unguarded moments, you're speaking and you're like, I was going to go, colloquial, sorry, but I have friends who would say to me, Chidi, I don't understand what you married people are doing. And I'm like, hey, you're speaking to a married person. You say you don't understand. Are you trying to say I'm pretending? But what are your dominant thoughts?
Absolutely.
These things play out. They become your reality, whether you like it or not.
Whatever we think about most of the time becomes our reality. We attract the physical equivalent. So if you are thinking that all guys out there are cheats, all guys out there are liars, for some ways you're going to be attracting. Why? Because first within, then without. Whatever you think about most of the time is what you bring to your reality. What you're experiencing right now, this may sound harsh, but this is the law of life. It's called the law of attraction. If you worry about what you don't want and you focus on that, you have more of that in your life.
True.
And that has been proven. In fact, one of the ways we help ladies work is that we help them reposition how they see some things. We have techniques of how to help people rebrand, how they help them rethink, come up with a new thinking about marriage, and that helps them to begin to attract the right experiences.
It's very important.
Very important.
How you think.
Absolutely.
Yeah? Okay, and the next one is reconnect. And when we talk about this, it's more or less like a lot of people sometimes retreat.
Yes.
Probably they may have been hurt in the past or have seen some bad experiences with people, loved ones, seen loved ones go through bad experiences, and then they just make this unconscious decision to not have anything to do with the opposite sex, people of the opposite sex. So you need to reconnect, get out, come out of your shell and see how you can reestablish, be more accommodating.
Absolutely.
Especially emotionally.
Yeah. Sometimes some of us may have been single for a while, so you are used to enjoying your own space. You love your own space so much that, guy, you need to begin to accommodate having somebody else in your space. For example, accommodate having someone else question your decision. For example, begin to make emotional adjustments.
Yes.
You're used to when you leave home from your house from your office to your house, maximum 7 o'clock you are home. If you're dating, some of those you have to reprioritize. Why? Because you need to begin to accommodate other people's schedule, someone else's schedule. So begin to emotionally accommodate having somebody else.
I would not
physically accommodate having someone else.
Physically accommodating having someone else. Now, when we married, after our wedding, I went to his house, and it was after the wedding, and I think what happened? The power went out.
Yeah.
And then they restored it. I was in another room. And all of a sudden, he was coming out. I think for some seconds or for some minutes, he had forgotten he was now a married man. And he walked out and he saw a shadow. And then he kind of, was startled and was like, who is that? I was was even surprised, like, what's going on here? And then he was like, oh, sorry, I'm kind of used to being in this house alone.
All by myself.
So it was a shock for him.
I'm telling you, so I had to well, I did it while in marriage, so I want to recommend you do it before you get to marry. Because I was just doing something and then she turned over like, I was used to being on myself, used to, very quiet, serene environment, so I forgot that I was married. I forgot that she was in my space.
Okay,
so
I'll throw that in. So yes, we have a program on 8th August 2020. For those of you who will be interested, we'll leave the link down. Just click on that link, enter your details, and we'll be in touch. It promises to be mind-blowing. And what's the program again?
We're going to do 10 reasons why you might be still single. All right, and what you can do about it. We're not just going to tell you why, we're going to tell you what you can do about it to get out of being single.
Very practical steps. So we look forward to having you join us. Okay, so if this video has been of value to you, share with your friends, with your contacts.
Thank you,
and
guys.
let's spread the word, okay? Until we come your way again, it's goodbye from us.
Bye-bye.